No, you're not getting double taxed on your Social Security benefits, my friends. I know it's going to tick a lot of you off who think you are, and you're going to unsubscribe and say, I'm a statist, I'm a big government guy, and all that. We got to deal with reality here, even if it's a reality we don't want to hear. This is reality of the world, and unfortunately, many of you have succumbed to this idea that you're paying taxes twice on your Social Security benefits. No, you're not. We'll easily prove it here in 20 seconds. All right. So let's go into this. Your Social Security, you are paying 6.2%. You're paying 7.65 for FICA, but 6.2% goes into your side of the Social Security the OASDI, the Old Age Survivor Disability Insurance. The HI is a 1.45. That's for Medicare. That's hospital insurance, Part A. All right, so you're paying 6.2% of your income is subject to taxes. You're paying 6.2% of your taxable income to Social Security. That is a fact. No one's going to argue that. Your Social Security contribution, you should look at it like a non-deductible IRA. And you shouldn't do a non-deductible IRA, by the way, but you can't have any choice in Social Security. So with a non-deductible IRA, you're putting in, $2,000. It grows to $100,000, and when you pull that money out, you're paying income tax not on the entirety of the $100,000, only on the amount of the gain. So let me draw this for you. It might be easier when we actually have a visual. All right, so a non-deductible IRA, you're putting in $2,000. You don't get a tax deduction. That means it's post-tax, and you don't want to do this again. $100,000, we're going to say, is what it grew to. All right, so after many, many, many years, it grew to $100,000, just for simplicity. That means 2% of your $100,000 is your cost basis. $100,000 is your total value, but 2% is your cost basis. 98% is your untaxable gains, or your tax deferred gains. So when you pull $10,000 out, how much of that $10,000 is taxable? Well, 98%. We've called this an exclusion ratio, which means 2% is non-taxed. All right. So of that $10,000 you're pulling out, 2% is tax-free because you already paid tax on it. 98% comes out, or $9,800, which is taxed as ordinary income. Now, we can argue whether it should be taxed as ordinary income as opposed to long-term capital gains. Doesn't matter. It is taxed as ordinary income if it's in a deferred account, which is why you don't do that, because we want to be taxed as long-term capital gains. All right, be that as it may. That's how it works. Same thing with Social Security. You're putting in X amount of dollars and you're getting X times an exponentially more amount back. And it's just simple to prove this. So let me just show you a couple things here. We got 3 Wanda worker statements. This is the most recent one in 2021. She's getting $2,000 a month of Social Security benefits at her full retirement age. Her full retirement age is 67 because she was born in 1960 or later. So far, she has paid she makes $55,000 a year, whereas her Social Security taxable earnings, she pays 6.2% of that to Social Security. If we take our trusty calculator, 55,492 times 6.2%. So she paid $3,440 in taxes for her Social Security benefit. Her employer paid another $3,440 in taxes, but she didn't pay any taxes on the employer contribution. And the employer got a deduction on that. It's payroll expense, essentially. As I'm the employer and the employee, I pay both sides of that. I get a deduction on one side and a non-deduction on the other. It's a non-deductible IRA. All right, so we're going to go down here and we're going to say so in this stage of Wanda's life, this is her taxable earnings, not her taxes paid, her taxable earnings. Her taxes she's paid has only been $37,000 so far. That's it. Now, she's only 41, she's 40 years old right now. She's 40 years old right now, is old Wanda. So she's going to pay much more than that in the future because this is based on her previous earnings history. So 6.2 on 635,000, $635. 6.2 on $5,800. All right, so we have many moons to go before she reaches her full retirement age at 2000 when she's 67 years old. But because she was born in where is she born here? She was born in 1981. She won't reach her full retirement age until she's 67. So she has 27 years left. So that's not a great example. We're going to use this example instead. Actually, we're going to show you another example here. This goes back to 2015. All right, and we're going to see that her taxes paid in 2015, we're going to come down here, and she only paid $32,000 in taxes. I hope that makes sense. So she's only paid $32,000 up to this stage. Again, that's frankly irrelevant. But I want to go to 2000. Here we got this one right here. Oops, this is 2000 and where is that? I just had in front of me. Hold on just a second. All right, let me go. Hold on a second. I gotta find it. Here's some Harvard study, some Harvard professors back in 2005, and they're showing us Wanda Worker's record from 2005, and she had paid all of $24,000 of taxes. I hope you see where I'm going with this. So basically, all I'm doing here is I'm taking a spreadsheet, and I said, okay, we're going to use Wanda Worker, and we're going to say she started working in 1975. It doesn't matter. But we're just going to say at the end of the day, we have 1975, she started working. We're going to take her top 35 years. This is how Social Security works. It does not matter. But we're going to say she has all these years from 1975 to 2027. So we take 2027 minus 1975. And she has 52 years of labor. We're just going to say 52 years of labor, which very few of us are going to have, but we're going to use that. She pays 6.2% of Social Security taxes over those 52 years of labor. Her total taxable Social Security income was $1.68 million. $1.68 million. All right, so that's what we got. So we take all her years of labor of her actual earnings. Have nothing to do with cost of living, nothing to do with average wage index. We're saying these are your actual earnings. You paid 6.2% of your income in Social Security taxes. So it costs you. So that means we have $1.68 million of actual earnings. We times that by 6.2%. It costs you $104,000 of total taxes. Everybody with me so far? All right. Her benefit, she paid $104,000 of total taxes, all right? If she takes Social Security at her full retirement age, we're just going to say it's a simple $2,000 a month at 67. All right, I hope that makes sense. So basically, I just did a simple calculation of saying, I just did the average index monthly earnings. We took this 1.68 million divided by 420, got our average index monthly earnings. We did the bend points, and we're getting basically 2,000 a month for simplicity. Hope that makes sense. So she paid $104,000 in Social Security benefits. She's going to get $2,000 a month, all right? $2,000 a month times 12 is $24,000 a year. All right. So she paid $100,000 roughly of Social Security taxes. Total taxes paid. She's going to live from 67 until she's 87. She will get $24,000 a year for 20 years. We times that by 20, and she will get $480,000 of income. So we take $100,000 total taxes paid, $480,000 is her total income that she's going to get. All right. So we take $100,000 divided by 480, and we get a 20% tax rate. Oh, but Josh, you said we're not being double taxed. Yes, we are. Remember, the first 15% of your Social Security is not subject to taxation anyway. So in this case, 5% of her benefits is being double taxed, right? Because she put in $100,000, she's getting $480,000 back, which means 20% of her taxes are subject. Of her Social Security taxes are being revisited tax again, but the first 15% of Social Security is not subject to income tax. So while 20% of her Social Security benefit taxes are being taxed again, it's not, because 15% is not subject to income tax. Just remember, if you make $100,000 of Social Security, the worst case scenario is only $85,000 to be subject to tax. So you're saying, but still 5% is being double taxed, Josh. No. You want to know why? Because of cost of living adjustments. The facts are, she doesn't make $24,000 a year for the rest of her life. She makes $24,000 a year with a 2%, if we use a trustee's report, cost of living adjustment each and every year is our assumption. So $24,000, we're going to do our simple calculator. $24,000 is our present value. 2% is our interest. We're going to do for 20 years and zero payment. So in the future, that $24,000 will be worth $35,000. So she's not just getting $480,000 over the course of her life. She's getting $480,000 with cost of living adjustments, which will more than dwarf the $480,000 we have. It's not even close, man. Not even close. And we could do a spreadsheet. I just don't feel like it. But I just want you to know the worst case scenario. She paid $100,000 and she's getting $480,000 back. That means only 20% of her gains is subject to taxation. But we know for a fact that immediately 15% of those gains is wiped away anyway, because Social Security only taxes you on 85% of your income anyway. But then you factor just basic cost of living adjustments. She's getting well more than $480,000 back. Well more than that. The last year alone, she's getting $35,000. Which means at the very end of the day, there's no way she's paying double taxes on Social Security. It's just not happening, my friends. She's getting way more back than what she put in by far. Now, could it be a better system? Sure. But the argument against Social Security being double taxed is just, it's child's play. It's simply not true. I know that a lot of you don't want to hear it. It's just not. You don't pay twice on your Social Security tax, on your payments. You don't. Now, if you die at 68, yeah, you did. And that sucks. Well, welcome to the world that we live in. Get healthy, man. Go for walks. Stop eating so much junk. I get it. All that stuff. Get off the TV. Get off the couch. Don't live in so much fear. Turn off Fox News. Turn off MSNBC. Turn off CNN. Stop living in fear. But you're not paying double tax on your Social Security. It's just simply not happening. Love to hear your thoughts. All right, we'll see you.